manage interests. Because when you are representing a man in the capacity of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there are lots of conflicts of interest. Conflicts of interest. Because we saw the activities of the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately after his abductions. That was when they sprang forth and started to issue order. If we take our minds back then, the leadership put in place ordered for sit at home. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and made counter order. They stood against those orders. Before you know it, they want to appoint coordinators. They want to control money. They started to lock up all the IPOB accounts. All these things are conflicts of interest, because this is siblings that has no stake in the movement, which their brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pilots. Now, will you have a legal representative between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the leadership of IPOB, between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB as a movement, between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those siblings? So there are conflicts of interest, because the siblings that should have nothing to do with the movement, their brother is piloting, is now beginning to meddle in. They want to change things. They want to have it their own way. These are conflicts of interest, and it's one of the responsibilities of the legal representatives to manage that conflicts of interest. Ejiofor was able to manage that. At a time, in the beginning, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was seen giving some messages. I remember the first message that came. The woman in US, Madam Oyibo, he's the one to take over IPOB leadership. I know many of you might not know this. That was the initial message that came. That woman is now the leader or in charge of leadership of IPOB worldwide. And that is one of the things that motivated them to announce in a platform that the DOS leadership has been dissolved, that they have taken over, because of the messages that we are being sent front and back. Ejiofor, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, understood that he has a vital role to play when it comes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB, the organization that he leads. Please, I hope I'm coming out loud enough, because some people will always tell me I'm not loud enough. Each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sends Ejiofor message to relay, Ejiofor has that responsibility of weighing those messages to make sure it is suitable, because he is a man that has the responsibility to manage, or to advise his client. Because as a legal representative, you want the best of your client, and you want to make sure that the movement he leads is protected. Anytime you see a business counsel representing a client, most of the things they do, they protect both the client and they make sure that the business of the client is being protected. There were messages Ejiofor were given by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which Ejiofor weighed and saw that such messages would destroy the movement his client is leading. Some of the things he was being asked to carry out, he did not carry them out. The ones he carried out, he tried to manage it, to censor it. so that he wouldn't destroy things. Because he knew and understand that he has that responsibility to both protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, protect the organization that he leads. He wants to make sure that the organization that his clients lead do not go down. He wanted to maintain peace and order between his client and the organization that he leads. When the message for Simon Ekpa to take a slot, again, Ejiofor was not the one that delivered that message. It was the other Ejiofor, Nnamdi Ejiofor. Because remember, there's already conflicts of interest. There are siblings by the side that wants their own bidding to be done, because their bidding is to make sure that the people that are the leadership are being sidelined. Their plan, their moves has been to introduce, to propagate another leadership in IPOB, a leadership they will be able to control, a leadership they will be able to direct. When the message of Ekpeduma give him a slot, it was Nnamdi Ejiofor that took over that case, that thing. And instead of censoring such information well, he went direct, because that was what was, because he has an interest of the siblings he wants to protect. He went direct to Ekpeduma. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been the director of Radio Biafra. I have said it before. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that started IPOB. There are men that even gave IPOB the name it bears today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was then a Radio Biafra presenter. He is a good presenter. At a time, the people decided, since he's a good presenter, speaking, convincing people on the radio, let's now make him the leader. That is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became the leader of IPOB. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted. He understood what, or the impact, or the implication of appointing a man to become the Radio Biafra broadcaster. The same role he was playing before he was abducted. When he made that decision did not go through the IPOB leadership. The people that would have weighed the implication of such move, the people that would have been able to control, because when you ask a man, go and take over my position on the radio, that is why that time, all the autopilots, Simon Ekpa is now representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he has taken over. He has taken over. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's role was there. Is the radio presenter, the radio director. Now, when he's abducted, and he then appoints Simon Ekpa to go and start to minister, many people already assumed and bought it that somebody is now taking the place or the state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is Simon Ekpa. That single announcement gave that criminal an edge to stand and being able to deceive a lot of people. This thing came as a result of the legal team inability to censor the messages or to advise wisely their clients. Because the decision of handing Radio Biafra over to Simon Ekpa is not a good decision. Because there are already people on that radio speaking. there are already people speaking. And IPOB has been a movement where before anybody is appointed into any position, you must have gone through processes. Just to become a member in IPOB, there are processes. You have to take an oath. You have to register in IPOB family. You have to follow the chain of command. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went in and decided by himself, without reasoning with the people out there leading, to decide, is this man suitable to be handed over the radio or to be allowed to broadcast on the radio? Despite the processes people go through in IPOB to become a member, to become a principal officer. When the Ekberima was denied because he refused to follow the process, another message came again, relayed again to the Ekberima by the legal representative, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now says, since the DOS will not give you access to radio, don't worry, I'll be speaking to you. You will be on your platform and be broadcasting to Biafrans, and they will be listening to you. Another giant mistake. Another mistake upon the one already previously made. One of the mistakes of the legal team, the emergence of Ekberima, what Ekberima did against IPOB movement. I will always be honest and open. What that criminal did against the movement, the effect is still there. The number of people, innocent Biafrans, that criminal, Bulu, the results are there. Some communities in our place are still deserted. Some communities don't even want to hear Biafra struggle, Biafra IPOB. They don't want to hear about that because of the atrocities a Ekberima group committed in their communities. Down, we remember what it took us in our fight with Ekberima. We spent the years, the number of years, months we would have channeled to engage ourselves towards our struggle. We use it now, Kanu Ekberima. We use it in exchange of words with Ekberima and his group. All throughout that period, we were trying to debunk the lies of Ekberima, to expose Ekberima for whom he is. The same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that contributed to that problem refused to make statements in regards to that. Many of the occasions when we see him in the court being asked questions about Ekberima, he deliberately refused to mention the name of Simon Ekpa. To the extent, in one of the occasions, among the group that was in the court mentioned Simon Ekpa, it was Aloye Jumako that shouted that person down. He told them, don't mention anybody's name. Don't mention anybody's name. Because there is a plan to protect it. We didn't know all these things. We were here fighting Ekberima, but we did not know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal representatives that have the responsibility to protect and secure the movement Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is leading are busy colliding with the enemy. We got to know all these things when Ekberima and Aloye Jumako fell out. Ekberima, out of anger, released to the social media all his conversations with Aloy Ejimako. That was when we even realized that Ekbelima we are even sending money to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through Aloy Ejimako. And we didn't know. We were on the social media fighting with Umu Ekbelima. We didn't know that there are businesses going on behind us. We didn't know. We were busy because we wanted to protect the movement. We wanted to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom they were using his name to engage in criminality. Every Saturday, they use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do ESN fundraising. We were busy protecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, disassociating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the atrocities of Ekbelima. Little did we know that the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that should have stood with us to secure the movement Mazi Nnamdi Kanu leads, we are busy negotiating on top of our head with our enemies, collecting money, send the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am all these things. There were rapport going on. We continued till 2022. 2022. January 2022. The same legal representative came out again with the one they referred as 13 commandments. I will always go back to this 13 commandments in case if you don't understand the root of the problem in IPOB going on, or not in IPOB, the root of these exchanges between IPOB and the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is rooted in this 13-point commandment. The same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal representative is also a channel that commandment came by. It was a Nnamdi Ejiofor. Nnamdi Ejiofor, when you read that memo, it's an official memo. Let me go back to that memo. When you see this memo, the letterhead of this memo is the letterhead of Nnamdi Ejiofor. It says Nnamdi Ejiofor and Associates. Then you see his address. Memo on instructions and directions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because the problem we are still the exchanges going on is as a result of the leadership of IPOB looked into these directives from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and decided this is not in our collective interest. If Ejiofor has been the one Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were initially using, but because he is a man that understood his role in regards to issues surrounding his client and the organization he leads, because he knew the power of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the organization he leads. The respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commands in the society is as a result of the followers, the group he leads, which is IPOB. Reliable information says there was a time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked Ejiofor make so announcement that relates to dissolving the DOX. Ejiofor refused to make that announcement. He keeps on advising, which is part of the roles of legal defense, to advise, to coach their clients, despite the clients might be a very stubborn type. But because of your position, you have that responsibility to advise, to direct him, whether he accepts it or not, instead of you being used as a channel to cause problem. Because when I saw Ejimako's message yesterday, that emotional blackmail, because he knew what IPOB has been saying, Aloy Ejimako understood that IPOB family, global family, has stood that we have structure in IPOB and we want to respect this structure. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader in question, does not want to respect the structure he puts in place. He wants to do things his own way. He wants to favor his interest, the interest of his family, as by through the 13 commandments he brought. These legal representatives now around understood the problem, what the problem is, because they have been the channels used to initiate and plant this problem here and there. You know, I am not even going on the area that they didn't win the case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm only buttressing in terms of their role, the roles they played when it comes to the gap between IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are the ones that widened the gap. They were not the first. The Ejiofor, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has been the lead counsel. A lot of messages of destructions were given to Ejiofor to come and disseminate, to carry out. He did not go by that step because he knew that when he do, he would jeopardize things. He would destroy the pillars Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid. He understood the amounts of bloodshed already taking place as a result of the foundation of this Biafra struggle. Because anything that tampers with the movement will equally affect the blood of the innocent shed. It will be a disgrace, a disrespect to the dead. Ejiofor stood, represented Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as much as he can, making sure as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being protected, IPOB that he leads as a movement is also protected, is also secured. That is why he keep on questioning and interpreting some of the messages he was giving, unlike the ones we have now. When Aloye Ejimako came out yesterday to say, Dear Ndibo, what or why does he want to bring in Ndibo here? Why wouldn't he say, Dear IPOB? But he wants to bring in Ndibo, emotional blackmail. He wants to pass message. He wants to bring Igbo society to organizational debates. No doubt there has been debates, issues we are settling. The issue of the protection of personal and family interests, which we saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his siblings defending. That is why many of us have continued to say no, that we are not here for family. We are not here for persons. We respect and honor persons. But when it comes to personal gains and interest, of course, our first consideration is on the interest of the dead, on the mother Nija, on the mother lose their properties. Wives lost their husbands. Husbands lost their wives. Children lost their fathers and their mothers. Nija. Parents lost their children. Some of them, the only son in the family, lost. We are not even thinking of all these things. We are not considering all these people. There are a lot of issues on the table. But people that do not understand have glued their minds, their emotions, amassed their emotions only on the issues of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have said it before. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in question is far better than a lot of people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto now, the Kezendi Sokoto. He's being respected. Some of the gadgets he's forbidden to use, he's using them there. Even whether mistakenly or I don't know how this one, Aloye Ejimako, exposed it. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been on the social media telling you that what people are posting on the media is troubling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he's a stupid man, a foolish legal representative that doesn't know he has exposed his client. Because this is what you don't want to publicize. That this man is on the social media, but he has come to publicize it. And the whole essence is to drag Ndi Igbo into it, so that Ndi Igbo will now start to look at IPOB as ungrateful movements that are now talking about their leader because he's inside. But that doesn't stop us. Anybody talking about what is going on in IPOB is not because we want to disrespect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not because we want to say no to his order, but because he has gone, he is speaking against what he instituted. This has continued to manifest immediately as soon as he was captured. That was when all these things has continued to surface. But because many of us that are seeing all these things, we decided this is a man we need to protect. This is a man, you know, Ogodo, rapper. You want to use rapper to rap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to protect him because he is in the hand of the enemies. And being our leader, we want to shield him from every criticism. All these things that started to happen at Misho, we kept on defending. We kept on protecting. In the time of the way he handled Simon Ekpa's issue, me in person, it was so clear to me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu played game with IPOB when it comes to the issue of Ekpenima, because he did not do what he's supposed to do, and he did it deliberately. Until 2022 January, when he sent MNK Ejiofor via this 13-point memo. This memo was released 15th December 2022. And the first thing he remembered in this memo is DOS is forbidden from responding to Simon Ekpa no matter what. And we didn't know that one of his lawyer, Aloye Ejimako, has been, Aloye Ejimako has been like a middleman between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Had there were no disagreements between Aloye Ejimako and Ekperima, we wouldn't have known all these things. But the way God exposes things in his own time, they had disagreements, they fell out. Ekperima continued to pump on the social media discussions between him and Simon, between him and Aloye Ejimako, including where he were sending money to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we didn't know we were on the social media keep on defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We didn't know he was in rapport with Simon Ekpa. Is among the first thing in the commandment he is telling us, the DOS. Do not talk about Simon Ekpa. Do not respond. Do not respond to him. When Ejimako made this publication yesterday, dear Ndi Igbo, regardless of your affiliation, faction, or politics, why is there any politics here? We are not politicians. There is nothing like politics in what we are doing here. This is a freedom fighting movement. For you to see the way he addresses issues. Stop troubling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. with what you post. Because when you say this, you are exposing him that he is on the social media following all the pages. Not only following, he is engaging as well. He is engaging in saga. This thing called social media, if you are not careful, the thing can affect your mental state. I don't know if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's mental state has been affected by what people are saying. But when you want to ask the question, what then or why then is his mental state being affected? Because the only thing I can see going on the social media is nothing but the truth. Nobody is accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu falsely. Somebody like me, I hate false accusation. And I never. That's why if you tell me a thing, I will always ask you questions. I need a concrete evidence for me to agree to what you are saying. What is going on the social media is nothing to trouble Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing that troubles Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the lawyers that have not given him the right advice they're supposed to. Because had it been Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have good lawyers that advises him wisely, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sends messages to the leadership of IPOB, these lawyers should have known, should have understood the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he is in relation to the group he leads. They should have advised him what he should be engaging in and what he shouldn't have engaged in as good lawyers, but they did not play that part. If at all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's mental health is being affected, it is as a result of the failures on the part of this legal team. I'm not even talking about them keeping him where he is, because that's a different topic on its own. This legal representative did not only fail in the court, they also fail in building a good image for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In case if you don't know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's image is under attack in the public domain as a result of Ojobo the legal team did. Agabeji out, so Nongwa, go on this mission. You don't censor, you don't advise. Egalaka zombie ne deliver message. You go and deliver. This sermon Nnamdi of I don't have anything to do with you. You have spoken to me before. I don't have anything against you. But for the fact that you have not advised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wisely, I break it down mentally. In truth, it's your people that have mesmerized him, because you have failed to tell him the truth. You guys have failed to coach him, to guide him, to advise him, to tell him that an IPOB does not belong to him. This is not his property. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to handle IPOB as his own thing. All along, he has been doing that when he was out, and it has been going on well without interferences. But his absence exposed a lot. If he's somebody that has conscience, and you know you've made a lot of mistake, somebody like me, if I have made a mistake, I knew and I realized I've made several mistakes. Anytime people are talking about me, what I would do is to keep my mouth shut. I might not say sorry if I decide not to say sorry verbally, but there are other ways sorry can be said. Sorry can be said through your actions, through image in a tonoge. But in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is not so. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to issue threats, not only to members of IPM leadership, also to people that are talking about him on social media. When a member of the DOS went to see him recently, it's nothing but threat, threat, threat. You must do this. You must, or you go, or you go. When you monitor some of the fake accounts he uses, it's all threat. I will destroy you. I will bury you alive by the time I finish with you. From the same man that made a lot of mistakes. From the same man that made mistakes. These are what the quack lawyers that surrounded him pushed him into. Of course, I do understand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a stubborn man. Who doesn't know that? But if I represent you as a lawyer, I've already known you. Stubborn man. There are some messages you will ask me to deliver. No, because I know go for this one. Don't you think when this is delivered, it might cause this? It might cause this problem. This is your responsibility. You are being paid. You are recruited to be an advisor. That is why they call you guys counsel. If you cannot counsel your client, then what are you doing around him? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers have disappointed him. They have broken him down. They could not even build his image in the public. It is one of the duty Ifeanyi Ejiofor took upon himself when he was representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Each time he goes on any visit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and comes back, you know he's a good writer. Okay, he will write a whole A4 page to tell you things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to tell you what they are doing to him in DSS, how he's being maltreated. He will send greetings to the public, assuring the public. All these rules are all included in your responsibility as a legal representative of a man of this caliber. You guys did not fulfill those roles. Rather, long truth. You guys were depending on the money. Canonta, someone by the side, conflict of interest, a guy that wants to push himself on IPOB, use you guys, use you and destroy the image of your client. The image of your client. Some of the expositions going on the media not today, some of these expositions should have been shielded. Had it been, you guys played your role. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is pushing you guys, you must do it. You must do it. You still have that responsibility as his lawyer to tell him it's not that way. Tell him that you will not do it. Ifeanyi Ejiofor told him, I'm not going to announce dissolution of the DOS. Ifeanyi Ejiofor did that because he knew the consequence of making such an announcement. It will not only jeopardize IPOB, it will as well jeopardize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And what you guys will get, and you guys have settled yourself. Maswell or Akbala, Maswell, that one has built schools, built hotels, and took chieftaincy title. And Nnamdi Jack Mediego, Eso Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You guys have acquired the wealth you wanted from the personality of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because that's all you want. That's all you wanted to satisfy. Your personal gains. You guys have destroyed him. You guys, you came to tell us the Ndi Igbo, dear Ndi Igbo, regardless, you are troubling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So you want Ndi Igbo now to begin to investigate what is troubling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ndi Igbo should be able to ask you, does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is following things up on the media? He has phone on social media, engaging. Because one line in a comment section I only use, he will bombard you with several lines of abuse. Somebody that kept himself that busy, this kind of busy, how then do you think his mental state will be okay? This media in Enanya, this social media, at times I decide not to go into social media. I have moments of quietness. It helps your mental health. On social media, especially when I want an exchange of words and debate. There are moments you desist to help your mental health. But if this man is suffering from mental breakdown, is the lawyer's inability to that is the problem they pull him into. Because they've made him a saga machine. And on social media, name exchange. Now about war. Warlord. Why won't your blood pressure be high? Saga master. Of course. Your blood pressure got very high. Because any comment on your comment section, you respond with several stones. After one, you want to bomber as a Superman with 10 stones. The more you do that, the more it's affecting and weighing you down. Inability of the lawyers to guide you, to protect your image. To protect your image. This same image is what many of us, Wasalaka Kanyikuchie, we wanted to cover it. We wanted to cover it. Many we lied severally in attempt to protect. Each time the stupid lawyers will bring one message or the other, and because we want to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and be telling people, don't worry. It's not true. It's not from Mazi Nnamdi. Because we want to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We don't want him to look somehow to the public. But the more we try to cover, the more he keeps on exposing, bringing himself out. That at a time, people that are protecting can no longer. Because he has that mind that this leadership, I must have to do away with you. Starting from the starting of the abduction. In case some of you are thinking that in how a new plan. This is not a new plan. Immediately the abduction, the message that came to Madam Oyibo is now in charge of IPOB worldwide. These are the messages I send through the barristers. That one did not work. Introduction of Ekbenima came. It did not work as well. And then we are presented and told that the then Emma Powerful, the one we disbanded, one single member, Emma Powerful, or disappear. We don't hear about him anymore. Press release has gone wrong. This is what you get when you allowed yourself to be used. When you allow yourself to be used. It's still in an attempt to sideline IPOB leadership. They brought another announcement that Emma Powerful is now the IPOB spokesperson. I started suspecting and I became very, very uncomfortable with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when that announcement of Emma Powerful being the spokesperson came. That was when it was so clear to me that this man is going out of order. Because when you have a structure, the people you place as the leaders, as the leading structure, IPOB leadership, the DOS leadership, but you want to use Connie in a covert way to sideline them by announcing to the public that you now appointed the spokesperson. Because when you make someone the spokesperson of an organization, that means he tantamously the only person to be listened to. The only person that will be speaking. This is a man you made media and publicity secretary. From media and publicity secretary, this is a man that is not even in the DOS. Out of cleverness to sideline the DOS. You made him overnight spokesperson. The only person to be listened to. Your only mouth speaker. The only person that speaks your mind. And that is when the IPOB press release was hijacked. Wasn't Nnamdi Kanu no the press releases the way it suits him. The IPOB press release we used to respect. We used to know how powerful the press release used to be. Anytime they release a press release, many of us don't even read it. Many times I don't get the time to read. But once I see IPOB press release and it circulates here everywhere, because we understood where it is our media. It is the channel we communicate to the world. A respected channel. Channel known and recognized worldwide. Because the essence of making recharge card in on Accra, Ghana. I want to recharge card. No. This is non-leader in IPOB. Not even a principal officer. You want to make him the spokesperson. So that people will ignore the DOS leadership. That is why anybody now that comes to where you are to see you, the first thing you tell them, listen to Emma Powerful. Listen to Emma Powerful. There is one boy, Comrade Ozobi, is a new Igbo youth. The Igbo youth now. They are mobilizing themselves. And what they are doing is good. they are forming a force for Ndi Igbo youth now. Their leader came to you to see you. What you told him, listen to him more powerful. Listen to him more powerful. That means whatever thing IPOB leadership speak, nobody should bother. Nobody should listen to them. Nobody should give them. Should look at them. And they are just existing there. This is the man representing me. Before that, a rival radio were open. Radio Omunegi open. When that radio was open, I was telling people close to me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no on a radio, but I wasn't saying it open. Because I have had that in mind to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I knew Nakaya Adenia. Did he ever say anything about that radio? Did he condemn the people that opened that radio? All the IPOB funds they seize, do you not know? That's where they funded the opening of that radio. Even IPOB in Germany, they have taken to court. Don't you know the money they are using to pay the lawyers is the money IPOB contributed, which they hijacked? Under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's nose, a rival security operative were set up by the siblings. Today, Ona communicate with some ESN commanders because now the same thing Simon Ekpa did is what he's trying to use his influence to do. Because when you get a call, this is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My back home. I'm at your Royal Majesty, speak. Your servant heareth you. The same thing. The way the masu we amanyaka na umu akwụkwọ is the way isi amanyaka kita na umu akwụkwọ. We can't be seeing all these things and keep quiet. We can't be saying all these things and keep quiet. Because he had make it a okay welaka dosa IPOB. Because your own will, your personal interest will not be obeyed. Therefore, say bossa say I hemine, say scatter, say destroyer. That is the game. On the foundation of the blood of the innocent. Would you tell them that they have been deceived? Will you tell them that the deaths they died is in vain? If not for anything, consider the sweat of the people that assisted in making those buildings. If not for anything, consider their sweat. Still in effort to sideline IPOB leadership, he wanted to introduce Rising Sun and David. This is another one I saw that scattered my brain. There was a day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to court. He made a short video. That video. The person that sent that video to me is Mama Anyana. When he sent that video to me, I could not believe my eyes. I shed tears. And when you hear on a woman like this, or ya wa bia kunwa ma ya ma ho. When I saw that video, oh ya ma ho. It was Omote Biafra I called and I sent that video to Omote. You see, and I'm not feeling well here. Watch this video with me and tell me what you think. I didn't know the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can do this. The only time, the first time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to speak from the court, they cornered him. These same lawyers cornered him by the side to make a short video. After that video, they were hiding that video, but it got leaked. It's not AI. This is a real video. For the first time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking from the court. For the first time, then, the only what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that I want to use this opportunity to thank in the rising sun, Madam Bridget Okafor. I thank you. Just the only thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Meanwhile, all along, all your family, IPOB worldwide family that stood the ground, campaigning for you all over the world. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him now. Release him now. Oh, ando tuani na IPOB UK here. Mwa blue placard. Release him now. Release him now. Release him now. Release him now. I can't count the number of protests I participated since the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ometumuye no bi sekwano. Ndi nkera mukwa ezigbo mu Chineke. Thank you all for standing for me, for speaking for me. I am seeing you. I was being told about how you guys have continued to stand. Thank you, Ramboni Nono na Abokwa, to hold the struggle. Nothing like that. Oh, Madam Bridget, I was disappointed. Oh, yeah, I felt sick. It was almost a Biafra, I don't lie. It's almost a Biafra that we are consoling me. Someone make I forget that thing now. I beg, make I forget that thing. I don't know if Omote will remember this thing now. Make you leave that thing, make you forget them. I felt so bad. To me, that thing is, it was too much. I saw it as sabotage on people's efforts. Sabotage on people's efforts. Even if there are issues between you and the leadership, but you still remember your family. In the family, but the children remains steadfast. The children remains input. You don't neglect the children or overlook the children because of the misunderstanding between you and the leadership. We saw all these things. I am a more observing spirit. I do observe things. I make my judgment most of the time out of my observations. You have an organization, IPOB. Even if you ego. Even if you name when they got support, you tell Avid, please support the IPOB to raise money for me. And not we going to Avid. Because you have diverted. What you want to do now, the traffic of the followers following you is whom you now deliberately wants to rechannel to another way. Which many of us said no. This is unlawful diversion. Because each of what happens is structure you lay, call leka, to build another tabernacle somewhere. You wanted the sheep illegally. The sheep you have led for years on a long journey. On this very journey, many of the sheep lost their lives. Many lost their properties. Many lost their spouses. Just in efforts that they are following you. Along the way, the chokwaze corner. And if it's you, your own word, you will always call it Nemuzi KCME. And that's exactly what you are doing. And you put 100 men. And you are telling us, no, this new 100 men get restored the Biafra. That means all your more than 10 years of efforts, those men and women that we are following you, including the ones in the different places, the ones that have gone around the world in protests, in rallies, the one even lost their lives during protest. How many of them in Aba? Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him now. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him now. Died on the process. On the process. Now, it was really, it says, and we don't know how to get Biafra. What was it? It was there another 100 men. 100 men, we don't know whom they are. 100 men. That we don't know if they have taken the oath of IPOB. 100 men, we don't know whether they even believe on the ideology of Biafra restoration. If you don't have conscience, that means, if not for anything, remember, these men that have followed you for ages, some of them suffered many things, lost many things. You will now want to tell them that all those their efforts, the blood they shed, will not purchase Biafra or will not bring Biafra. No, another different 100 men. Where did you got this 100 men from? Who are they? If our lawyer Jubako should come out and tell us that people are troubling you from what they are posting, I wouldn't doubt it. Because a lot of things you did, which people are beginning to talk about, is more than enough to weigh you down. It will give you mental torture. And the reason people are saying it is because you have not refrained. No, you will not get your will. Either we do your will or you scatter us. That is why people have continued to speak. Somebody like me, I did him good in a too much. Me, I always watch. I do reflect to see your reaction. If you felt remorse, I don't am wicked. I'm not a wicked type. I'll withdraw. Man, I ikwe. Inesion. Nega dobiri roda. Aga wajiriri this bridge. Kwa this bridge that is carrying all of us. Iwu nage bukaya. Oko by fire because know your word. This is how you speak. It's not me saying this. Mazi, go to Mazi Wolu's post. Oh, a post from China Wolu posted. I'm a day or 2 days ago. Even a member of the DOS that went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is all threat. What he will do. What he will do. Who he will bring down. Who he will destroy. And this is the reason IPOB media warriors that knew what is going on has persisted in continued exposition to him magazine. You neglected people that made contributions towards your salary. You benefited from IPOB. You worked for IPOB. You benefited enormously. One in being like president of a country. You know what it means to get paid $10,000 in UK. In UK here, people on the salary of that amount are medical consultants. But that was your pay monthly. IPOB looked after you. These people you wanted to sideline are the ones that looked after you. They paid you all this money monthly. And what will you all throughout every month? $10,000. You know what it means? You were looked after. You lived big. You lived like a president of a country. The same hands that you now want to sideline. These are the guys that maintained you. Oh, how maintain Ogi? In a Jokonobele hotel, J event. Oh, first a 5-star. Oh, you wanna burn our book, Ologi 4-star will get into trouble. Or in our bakwano ordinary economy here in a flight. Or within that. You lived big. IPOB looked after you. I don't know if we were gay. I don't know. And this is the reason you can no longer see people talking about you. By now, you're supposed to read your picture. And post so you know Nnamdi Kanu. How Nigerian government abducted this man. How he was illegally. I need Buhari picture. Gonna call on them man. This is the way you are treated. But because of him, Melanie, it was not an anyazo. And you know, we are looking at you. The way you treat people is the way you are being treated. Aloye Jimako that is calling in the Igbo now. The issue of IPOB is what Aloye Jofo is inviting in the Igbo. Ndi Igbo biakwa follow what is going on with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you, Aloye Jimako, you have watched the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has handled IPOB. You have not consulted him. You have not advised him. If you are a good lawyer and he tells you that what people are posting are troubling you, you would have asked him to withdraw from social media engagements. This should have been your advice. This thing you posted yesterday, you should have not posted it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when that sentence, illegal sentencing, were pronounced on him, he was asked, or he was told, he will not be exposed. He will not be allowed to use any electronic gadgets. But he knew how they smuggled it for him. Now you have exposed him that he is in the media. Instead of coming out to post this, to invite Ndi Igbo into an issue, they don't know the beginning and the end. You ended up destroying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the more. The best advice would have, okay, in our saga na Facebook, it cousin on. Jedwe na Facebook. Protect your mental health. protects your mental health. Every day, any day one comment or respond down with 20 comments. Can you get his the mentally down? Many a times I don't have the time anymore to go through comment section. But this man have every time. He will read. He will respond. Why are you doing mental breakdown? The blood pressure will be going higher. Instead of you advising him to withdraw from social media. Ebiana Bondi piano. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what they are posting about him. What is people posting? People telling him you cannot run IPOB from where you are. People telling him stop meddling, allow the structure you put in place to pilot IPOB as a result of where you are. People are telling you the truth. These are the truths I expected the lawyers to tell him. But you guys failed. To destroy his mental state. So, if he is talking about the mental state, I do understand it. If only to responding to media, I will bury you alive. And you know, negative words breaks down more than the positives. More than the positives. The sweat. To support the struggle. You guys carried it. And you think people wouldn't talk? If it's you, you wouldn't talk. Mama is Zogoshi. Because no Zuranyoshi. And we are responding. Because we needed our money back. Is that what you are saying, what people are posting on the social media? We haven't even started to do exposition on how our money was embezzled. Because when that exposition starts, how hundreds of thousands were moved from IPOB account to Kanu. We haven't gone into that because of still the respect we have. But because you don't reciprocate respect to you, and we are animals. All here like man, animals. You animals. Hey, all manners of words I can't even use. These lawyers have destroyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am not even talking of putting him to prison. I'm not even going on that area. When it comes to public image, of course there are people in the prison, but their names remains gold in the public. Because they have people standing for him, representing him, remolding the minds of the people. Ejiofor played that role well. Ifeanyi Ejiofor. He did not only represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court, in the public, in the social media, he represented him. He talks so much about him. Oh, yeah, no long note. You go katamba. Hey, Ejiofor, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. His role did not only end in the court. He stood in the public, in the media, in the conferences, MA conference in Lagos, Uzokome will go and be addressing Ndibo. In the US, Uzokome is there addressing Ndibo. Your own son was abducted. Extraordinary rendition. It's time for you, Ndibo, to start to stand and speak with one voice and save your son. Ndị nke were surround them. You must Nnamdi Kanu ended up surrounding himself with quacks. Achịkọta ekwe ọnụ. When Nelson Mandela was in the prison, he was still gold. He was still gold. Still good. So, this emotional blackmail has nothing but to backfire. It's going back to these lawyers that failed in their duty, that failed to direct their client, that failed to advise your client. Another responsibility of the lawyers is to make sure that whatever decision their client makes, he makes it with an informed, opting for informed decision. Because any decision one makes, something has to inform that decision. Decisions are made out of the informations at disposals. So what informations are at the disposal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that triggers those decisions he takes? The decision that IPOB worldwide resources and sweat should go to a woman that shows accountability, that do not believe in transparency. These lawyers, of course, are on the media, watching and hearing what people are saying. You guys have the responsibilities of picking information. The information you guys pick should be used to inform Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It should serve as your guide to him in terms of the decisions he takes. Is one of the areas you guys failed him. Oh, break it down. Oh, no. But I know this is far from the truth. There's nothing like mental breakdown. Okay, can I fire on a tumbo? On a tumbadambo. Won't get another quarter. Or talking like this. Hey, Jason. So, how one actually invite Ndibo against IPOB. One actually is so seed of conflict between Ndibo and IPOB. Why not you call their IPOB? Why writing their Ndibo? The people you are seeing on the media speaking certain things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are they not IPOB members? Why did you then call Ndibo? Ichoroke Gangia Ndibo against IPOB, which will not even pay well. Because Ndibo, when it is against IPOB, this is when anger will manifest more. This is when deeper expositions will be made. And it's Ndibo anukene akoko yemele na IPOB. We don't know how a man mismanaged IPOB funds. Ndibo will hear how a man that wants to bring Biafra for them wants to be the only decision maker in an organization like this. are implicating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for even writing this. Because if you think this wouldn't trigger more expositions, you are joking. Anytime undi work like Ipob more expositions about Ihan will surface, thereby destroying the remaining credibility your clients have. Somebody said, no one should believe a Jamaica is a strategy to stop Ipob media warriors. Let me see if I can read from this. Okay, somebody said, MNK wants people to be dying in the name of fighting for his release. No, what is going on? Onye choyin or general. Because the DOS leadership has made their stand that they are not in the business of risking lives of people. People's lives matters. We are not only saving the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we want to save the lives of other comrades. That is why anybody talking about any protest in Biafra land, you on your own. Go and die. When you watch those guys calling people to come out for that protest, they don't surface. Somebody like the Oriego Anyajad. That one but call for protest. The protest he asked people to come. You can never see him there. This is people that wants to save their lives in detriment to other people's lives. He claimed to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's right man hand. You should ask him, where were him when Operation Python Dance destroyed 28 men in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That criminal, I wish he would have been among the ones. Oh no, he would have been better. And that is why, he's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's right man. Ask him, has he gone to Sokoto to see him up till today? Because he wants to save his life. When you see these guys on media now call bullshit, you think they are human beings. Somebody that boasts about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is his life, ask him, why have you not gone to see this man in prison? Because he wants to save his life. Right on or there now, say DOS members, go. DOS members, go. Let me tell you, you guys have sent somebody. Any of you that will take that risk again, anything that happens to you that you're on your own, you guys have sent somebody. Because the one that was sent, the whole discussion between him and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are on the social media straight, instantly, immediately after that discussion. That man that went is even lucky. Any of you, you on your own. Because Nanda ga plan kwalo na evil. Keda Emmanuel Kanu. All of them. You guys are not safe. Same as you and the Lolo Neka. Lolo Neka. Jekwe Zoike. Don't go again to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These guys ga gbatu kwegi. Nda nwekwere ndị na-egbu ha mmadụ. Ha ga gbagbu kwegi. You have gone. Let others go. Let others go. Because anya ha kita ha na-achọ ndị ha get set up to destroy you. As you see me, Because in Isima, the good monkpa, all the monkpa, they my children monkpa, they my family monkpa. After all, the people that have died for him, were they even recognized? Are they not those same people, not them that will bring Biafra? There are another 100 men now. 100 men, we don't know where they are and whom they are. People, we don't know whether they believe in Biafra struggle. And among them, unbelievable. Akokatocha akoji. Akokatocha akoji. Somebody said they killed Ikechukwu Onoa. But God of Biafra land is going to destroy them. Tony Udeze. On the ground, doing nothing. On the ground, depending on IPOB and have refused to work. Yeah. Oh, his own webe on abata where he's coming. Where he gains. Oh, how will I Jana Palace? Nalie. Innocent 28 men in age go in age him. And you stood where the one of Balie. No more. I can't one enough. Where we are Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during that operation, where we are Kanunta. Kanunta told us that he's the one that's video. Yeah, what awesome. They ran away. It was after Kamasaka, yeah, land is here with camera. God just tell a new video. And he's not even ashamed to say no, you want me video. Are you telling us you are the one that videoed the dead? Where were you? We would like to know where were you when that killing were taking place. You guys jumped the fence and ran away. And they don't have anything. Where they don't have so haka. After say Kanu. Kanus are there with secret. Now, there's nothing like that anymore. Because you guys betrayed the trust people have on you. We used to love you. We used to care about you. That's one of their names. And you think Aluta can continue. Kanunta, we would like to know where were you during that shooting? Where were Emma Prince Emma? When all these killings were going on? Can you hold you outside that scale? Up till today, you guys cannot even remember. Come up with the names of those people. We would like to know whom they are. Where do they come from? Come the Mulonda. You guys don't care. They care. But you guys want more to die. So be a protest. So be a protest. Gabian walon. Mako no kabia lowa. Kuno makani be lowa. I saw somebody wrote something. The names of those 28 men was not mentioned. My MNK, he only mentioned his dog name. Okay. Okay, Jack. Of course, Jack, I haven't had any. I never have okay, Canada. Nobody knows up to today. Also, Jack. Oh, believe he kitty Jack na Danny remember on every 30th of May. Jack, okay. The names of men, they are there. Nobody knows whom they are. Nobody remembers them. Their family nkulu onye na-enudo their family anya. Nkulu onye na-ekwu family nda. Hey. Kondi nke agbagbu na aba. Nkulu onye na-ekwu family these people. If not for anything, that guy agbagbu na aba 2-3 years ago. If I can never allow any single soul to protest for me in Biafra land. Biko no. Biko. Nigerian governments are brutal. But you guys don't care about it. Oh, Potawano, come and protest. Holy, 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 holy. Nnamdi. That is all you want. So go again Nnamdi Kanu. It's another, you of course all save your girl. But we don't want them to continue to die. We don't want them to continue to die. Oh, they are human beings. Somebody wrote. Somebody said, bro, if you really know named, he is the one that called Ucheme to character assassinated Clifford because him and Fine Boy embezzled Biafra land money. Oh, lebe heli hego. Oh, unu zuchakule ego ndị na abroad. Lukwo ma ụmụ mmadụ na-ata afụ. Oh, ha likule ego Biafra. Oh, ndị na-ata afụfụ back home ha likule ego ha. Ndị adịkwa aka ntụtụ. Ndị anụnwanwụ ndị aka ntụtụ. Atọtụkwa no pounds and dollars ndị na abroad ka iri. Ha lipulu naira. Na afọ ọjọkwala ụlọ ezigbote njọ. Ya ndị na-akwa baro n'ụlọ. Ndị truck pushers unu likwu. Unu likwuru m ego ndị truck pushers. Unu lili me ego ndị na-eme cleaning na abroad. Ma ndị na-ebu just been. And they may they are not work. But this is what people are going through to earn those dollars and pounds. Nyaku unu richakuru likwo ma ndị na-eweta na naira. Mumu nwanyi na-ele ose n'oge. Ka unu likwu. Nkwa ihu na agaghị eme. No wonder nke a na-akpọ oli ego nwaanyị ajadu. When he used to do those kind brokers, he told us that Kanu have stole 8 million naira when the bodies of those 28 men were lying on the floor at Afari Kubeko Palace. Bodies of those slain 28 men were lying on the floor, and Kanu have the mind to steal 8 million naira. Probably, it might be true. Because to them, there's no concern them. They believed they should be died for. They believed they should be cared for. But you don't believe on others. You didn't care for others. So, in earnest, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers have destroyed him. They have not represented him. Somebody is calling me. Okay, lion man. Okay, let me pick this call. 1 second.
Hello, madam.
Hello, Mazi. Mazi, welcome to the program. You want to make contributions?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sir. Go. Yeah. Yeah, go answer.
Yeah. Yeah, for what the gospel you are spreading, the only thing I need to contribute there is like you know, many people does not understand what is called blood money. Blood money. I don't know how people want to translate blood money. Anybody that has courage to pick any $1 or one kobo or 1 naira of IPOB for his own personal interest, not the interest of the movement, I think that person is indirectly or directly endangering his or her life. Many people haven't understand this. That is why in Brazil here, the advice I give them, I said, please, anybody send message, maybe when we are preparing for rally or when we are preparing to visit one office to another, anybody send message by Ipob, please try as much as you can. If you spend 2 reais, please make sure that you state it as 2 reais. Then if you need any other thing, like somebody who goes message, maybe you want to eat in a restaurant or you want to take a refreshment, I say let the organization know. Don't go and buy a cup for 5 reais. You say you add it 8 reais or 10 reais. Don't do that. Just tell us that this cup is 10 reais, 5 reais. Then eat whatever you want to eat. Refresh yourself the way you want to. Then add the money. Add the money there at that. And make refreshment of 20 reais or 50 reais. As it is well noted and transparent. This is what we call transparency. Because what I'm saying this is that many people are just partially endangering their future because of Ipob. Because why I say it's a blood money is this. Many souls have died. Many. Another thing, many people are suffering because of the love and the hope they have for Biafra restoration. There are people here, you know how abroad is, and especially this side where we stay. It's not an easy place. So forget that if you find grace, God will give you grace, you succeed. It's assumed that others are stupid. No, others are not stupid. It's not easy to succeed in this area. Then somebody will gather this money, then you submit it to Germany in the Nayanyas, and at the end of the day, some family will be feeding large on what I call blood money. If only these people can understand the meaning of blood money, maybe they think that blood money is when you go and cut somebody's head. Blood money is inclusion. When a market woman is suffering, and at the end of the month, he says, take this 200 naira and give Ipob, my sister. That is blood money. Because that woman suffered. Then out of nothing, that person can squeeze 200 naira and give Ipob. And you want to use that money to live large. And you are not doing anything. You know, I surprised when somebody said for 5 years, DOS are not doing, you see the kind of light they are spreading, they are not doing anything. I responded to the person, I said, come. Who should feel ashamed? Somebody who operated when money was all over the place in Ipob. When thousands and millions were flowing in Ipob. You operated for over 10 years. You didn't make any international connection. Only awareness, which is very standard. Awareness, state by state. We adore it, state by state. Then the people who started from zero, not even one dime, was left for them and said, start from here. Then no blueprint was released to them and said, look at my blueprint. And maybe many people will not understand the grammar, what I mean by blueprint. Blueprint is, this is the stage where I have reached. If anything happened to me, contact this firm, contact this organization, contact this government. There was nothing like that left. Every progress you are seeing today in Ipob is what these members of DOS newly achieve with little or nothing. That's why sometimes when I look at them, I give them special accolade because I don't know, because although one thing about people is this. That's one thing Mazi would always say. He said, a man who have made up his mind to destroy you will never hear your explanation. And that is true. And it's very difficult to wake up a man who pretends to be sleeping than to wake up a man who is in deep sleep. Because a man who is in deep sleep, if you tap him, he will stand up. But a man who is pretending, he may see you, he said, let me pretend to be sleeping. man will never wake up. That is the dangerous part of it. So most of them, they know the truth. But the problem is that they have given them, I call it an assignment that will destroy their own future. When I say the assignment that's going to destroy their own people, anybody who wants to destroy Biafra restoration, you want to harm yourself. You want to harm yourself. So in conclusion, what I want to say is they should keep on trying. But one thing I know is that you see this IPOB, see this IPOB, nobody can destroy it. Nobody. I say nobody.
It's not possible.
Nobody. They know it. It's not possible. But people who is defending IPOB is spirit, not human being, not us. We are just speaking. We are just speaking the voice of those who have died. But many people don't know. Because there are sometimes I want to rest. The spirit will come and say, do something for me. Do something for me. You haven't put anything about Biafra today. Do something. Shake the air. Then I will do it. That shows you that in the spirit of those people who have died, they have come to stay. They want justice, and that justice is to restore Biafra for them. So anybody who wants to play game, like somebody said, I will not disappoint you, you will disappoint me. He said it. I say yes. That was a calculative word. Because already, when you started creating excess internal enemy, there will be time, many people will start going out. At the end of the day, the voice will now, the word we hear is that, yes, I said, let them come and join me to restore Biafra. Now they have deserted me. This is the game they wanted to play for us. Because that's what I can say. This is the game. But thank God that the same spirit of Biafra have used our own hand to seek for justice. Because they can't tell me that you place your people under payroll all these years. Not even payroll, they are living large. Oh, when you heard this, the salary, but they are living large. That which means they were devouring our money, devouring our everything to feel fine. Why people keep on dying? Some people here will go and wash, what do you call it, dead body? Mortuary. Some people will wake up here really in the morning to go and carry something on their head, on all these big factory. And they will squeeze out money to pay their dues. Then only to be left, to be planned how to disappoint them. It can't work. Only obligatory disappoint the Biafra this time around. Let them go and write it down. I have told them, any move to sabotage Biafra will now end their life. That's what I want to tell the world.
Yeah. Ndewo Mazi. Ndewo. The whole thing is, on these same people, it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that taught us on how to call out or hold the leaders accountable. It's one of the things we are criticizing Nigerian government. Even the Nigerian youth, we keep on hammering on them. You guys are too calm and quiet. So the way things are going, we wanted them to speak. Even the Nigerian gutter media, well, we all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu named them gutter because they were not writing factual. They are not saying the things the way it is. They are not exposing the atrocities. So all the teachings, most of the teachings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu buttresses on accountability, holding people accountable to their duties. So what you are saying we are doing is we are holding people accountable, especially people that did us wrong. It's not that because they did us wrong. They did us wrong and they have continued to sabotage us, to destroy us. Honestly, had they been this family left DOS leadership to do their things, and left IPOB, nobody will talk about their embezzlement. Nobody will talk about it. But people, okay, Patrick, please call me on the other line. Patrick, you can call me on the other line. Well, people are talking about them because now they are causing more wound on the injury. You've already inflicted injury on an organization, on people. And you keep on poking on those wounds because you want them to get hot. And all that hot they inflict on us is what we are trying to figure out. To understand, what do you guys mean? We are fighting off your stupidity. And that open. Let me pick this call from Patrick. Hello, good evening, Patrick. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you and welcome to the program. The floor is yours.
Thank you thank you very much. I have been listening to your analysis, and your analysis is top notch.
Thank you.
You know, there are points we need to take from things that are happening. Earlier today, we saw Master Prophet raising his voice, shouting, "Oh, yeah, be your roof. The roof of your house is leaking."
Really?
Yes, it's a program. I didn't, I know they listen to I just saw the title of the video on YouTube and all that. But these were people who said that, they have the capacity to intimidate everybody. So Allah Ejimako posted his own. That is to tell you that the truth is hitting hard. The truth is hitting, and this is a truth our leader don't want to hear, because he is a man who does. He is a man who like people to tell him what he wants to hear,
to hype him.
Not what he wants to know. You understand what I'm saying? Because two things are involved. I had my father. My father is a very arrogant man. And what is in my own community, what they call my father is authority. The authority they take, anytime they will say, "See, authority don't pass." My father is a man who doesn't take advice. And he died early. My father died in his 60s. He doesn't listen to anybody. He doesn't care about public opinion. He doesn't care what you have to say. His decision is final. And, the way me growing up as a child, the way he treated my mom, I wasn't happy. But the day he was dying, he died of my mother's loss. My mother was helpless. My mom couldn't help. So when I see people who exercise this type of authority, I come from that background. It has its own advantage and it has its disadvantage. But what makes the difference between my father and the figure we are dealing with is that he has zero atom of corruption in him. My father don't get any atom of corruption. He's not a man who will have anything to do with public. You understand what I'm saying? Public fraud or get involved. He doesn't. My father doesn't. I'm giving you the characteristics. But my father doesn't belong to a meeting where he's not the head. He must be the head of a meeting before he belongs there. I'm telling you the kind of father I had. He cannot be in a meeting where he's not the chairman of that meeting. He doesn't go to our community meeting. He doesn't go to village meeting. Because anytime he goes there, he's always creating problems because his view must be hard. He doesn't, when he comes there, so what he does is, he tries to avoid them. He used to tell them, whatever decision you make, get back to me, I'm okay with it, because he knows he cannot agree with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? People who know my father can testify. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see people like this, it's very difficult for them to last long, because you must have somebody you listen to. You won't have somebody even if it's your wife or, and you know, the unfortunate thing is that people like this only like to have the wrong people around them who say sa, who say that, yeah, fire on, you're right. Even when they know that this person is going astray. I have opened my comment section because I decided I'm going to respond to as much comment as possible, because I feel I need to keep talking to our people to understand that the Biafra we are building is not an authoritarian state. The battle we are fighting here now is to set the type of future we are building for ourselves and the next generation. Somebody came this a few hours ago to drop comment on my comment section, and I said that a day will come, you will shake me in your own hand and say, Mazi, no, you people did a great job, you people fought the right battle. Because a day is going to come when you are going to see what we are not seeing now. What we are not seeing now, some people who are abusing or insulting us, calling us sabo, calling us traitors, are going to come to tell we say, boy, that time that these people were fighting this battle, we didn't see it, oh. But I believe it's going to yield fruit eventually. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the battle we are fighting today is not a battle of today. It is a battle of the future. So anybody who is against you today, leave the person for the future. Because they are going to come back to say, congratulations, guys. You are the reason we are having a sane society. It might take another 10 years, oh. It might take another 20. It might not, the resultant effect might not be today and tomorrow. It might take a long time. And that is why we must understand what we are doing. Because if you don't understand what we are doing, you might easily give up and say, maybe I'm wrong. But the truth is that we cannot be wrong because we are in a position. I remember in my early days in the struggle, there were certain things I didn't know. There were certain things I didn't know, and I believe the same thing with you too. So that is why when you see the likes of Benjamin Madubugu telling the class of 2021, 2022 to come forward, let them form, because they know that those ones doesn't know what we know. So they are looking for people where their eye never open. So they will continue to recruit new members to revive their mandate. You understand what I'm saying? They will continue to recruit new Biafrans to fight the old ones. Then when they finish, they will still recruit another new ones in the future to fight the class of 2022 again. You understand what I'm saying? So the format continues. But we are not going up. I have told them, you see this Biafra, you see this IPOB, all of us have labored for it. We have all labored for it. People have put their lives, people have put their... You talked about carrying placard all over the place. Where we never go. Where we never go. We met in Spain, me and you now, twice. You came from UK, I came from Italy. Because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of Free Biafra. We were carrying his placard, we carried it in Barcelona, we carried it in Malaga, we carried all over. Where have we not been to? So at the end of the day, you now tell me because I pointed out something that is wrong, you said, no, go and form your own. That was for people who didn't understood their motive of joining IPOB, the likes of Uche Mefo, Omiomi, and all these people. Those are people who came and they were intimidated out. They didn't understand that they own this Biafra. Say this Biafra are their own. Biafra doesn't belong to any family or individual. Instead of us to leave IPOB, let them leave. As they have decided now to say, okay, they are going to Avid and Rising Sun, let them go there. Then let the leadership of IPOB continue. If they want to leave, they should be the one to leave because they are in the minority.
Yes, we have remained on the structure and on the foundation. So it's them that wants now to set up another foundation and another building have to leave. So it's them. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not even permitted to build another structure on a foundation he already laid before. Because the foundation of IPOB remains stand and still and strong. So if he wants to lay another foundation, it is him that now wants to shift, have to lay his own another foundation and starts to build up. Because the one, it's not even him that started IPOB upon MNK, because there are still that wrong assumption. Not quite IPOB. It's not him.
Even the name.
The name I coin the name IPOB.
Yeah, you understand what it is?
Yeah.
The person that even coined the
Exactly.
name,
You know?
the person is not even talking.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? The person that gave the indigenous people of Biafra, I told her people was a woman who became Biafra by affiliation of marriage. That name, indigenous people of Biafra, was given by a woman. You understand what I'm saying?
I will call you back. Sorry, Patrick. No.
You understand what?
Yeah.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the truth of the matter is that now let me address people that keep threatening people what we are going to do. We already have our own army of believers. Who understand what the time says. But our duty is not to be threatening ourselves. We want to see peace, and we want to see how we can channel our energy towards Biafra restoration. But you coming online to threaten people, we can, not that we cannot threaten people, but it's not our way to threaten people. But one thing I can guarantee you is that men mount.
Mm-hmm.
Men mount. And when we finally restore Biafra, we self, if you now one day we build our own army, a parallel army, we go build them, then we go to war and see who wins at the end of it. Then whoever wins cannot take the Biafra.
Mm-hmm.
If that is what they want. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After we free ourselves from Nigeria, then we go to war among ourselves. We build our own ammunition, let them build their own. Then after we finish the fight, whoever wins can now take the Biafra. But that is not the path we want to go. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to go that path. We want a path of peace. We want a path of tranquility. Because the only way we can even free our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is through unity. But the unfortunate part is that the disunity is being caused to favor some people because they have things to hide. Ordinarily. Anybody with a clear conscience will want a Biafra of unity and unity of purpose. If you don't have anything to hide. If you don't have anything to hide, you wouldn't be talking about disunity in Biafra struggle. All these stories of they told Simon Ekpa to come and protest, they want Simon Ekpa to. Are there not good people in that IPOB who have been loyal, who have been working, who have been contributing, who could take slot?
Of course.
In Radio Biafra.
Mm-hmm.
Why must he be an external person who have rejected to take oath?
No.
Somebody who has even threatened our people with a Biafra flag and he will call police for them.
Mm-hmm.
This is somebody who have confessed that on many occasions, someone ever said it, that on many occasions that he has threatened to call Finnish police for our people parading with Biafra flag. Now, how does that sudden change and love for Biafra come on Simon Ekpa?
I know.
To the point that in the space of 2-3 years, he has become Biafra Prime Minister.
It's all effort to sideline IPOB leadership and nothing more. Just anyhow you can cut them off, uproot them, and throw them out.
You know, so that is the truth. So the thing we are saying is that we are already taking our stand. Our stand is very, very clear. We want the continuation of the Directorate of State. that to me personally, I can recommend them as the best governing body today. The best, in fact, they are better than Abaju and the Nigerian Senate and the House of Assembly.
Of course,
of course. They are far, far better. They are far, far better. Because these are men who have always examined whatever bill or whatever instruction that is put on their table. They were not there answering sir to please our leader. And these people have been able to set the standard of the kind of parliament. So to the point that even the future generation will always refer the future Biafran parliament. Go and look at how the Directorate of State managed Biafra struggle. Go and look at the decisions those men made in 2000 and maybe by then we would only 2050 something. They say go back in history and look at how the Directorate of State handled issues. Even when Mazi and Kanu wanted to coerce them into making certain decisions, they too stood their ground and made sure that they struggle. This Directorate of State will be point of reference to future governance that we're going to have in Biafra land. And for me to finalize it on this one, I want to let our people know that we are not going to build a republic of mediocres. We are not going to build a republic of emotional, incubated individuals and human beings. Because our people are emotionally incubated. Anytime you just mention, you see them running up and down, tears will be dropping. You cannot make the right decision on them with influence of certain emotions and love. We all love our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, many of them now who are even showing emotion have never raised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu picture one day to protest on his behalf. But me and you have done it. With love past that one. These are people who have been on the fence. I've never seen them on all these autopilots parading themselves today. How many times have you seen them protesting, organized protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi? Apart from going to convention, today now they said they've declared Biafra, but they are still fighting for the same Biafra that they have declared. Is it not madness? You know, so let us make it clear that we are not building a republic of mediocres and emotionally incubated human beings. We want a Biafra of intelligent, smart people. Because I know that we have this nostalgia, we have this still this Nigeria mentality where the president will take my microphone and say, people will start clapping without even the man altering the word. Is that the type of Biafra we would want to? Where the president will take microphone, people will start clapping, start hailing him and start chanting. We want a Biafra that will be scrutinizing their leadership. Scrutinizing the president, the prime minister, asking questions, and the most of it all, accountability, a Biafra of accountability. What I want to say, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, for your long rendition, and that's exactly what you see some of IPOB media warriors doing. You know, we are building a better nation. We are creating a better path for what we are fighting for. Or is it not we that have criticized Nigerian politicians? Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, he even went on the pastors that are feeding fat from their gullible members. The same thing he fed fat from his gullible members, because some of the things we thought that we are going through, we are not. What was later found out. Many a time, some of the things he said, we are not true. Up to today, I have said it before, and I will say it again. I will call you back, please. Some of the things he used IPOB money for is not yet accounted for. Hundreds of thousands of money we are paid as lobby to some friends in the US. At least now he's in. We thought there should have been like a handover to IPOB leadership. At least tell them, this is the lobbying firm we paid. We are paying $80,000 a month. You know what $80,000 is in Naira conversion? There is no accountability in that regard. Call any member of the DOS and ask them, which US lobby firm did we lobby? They don't know. How much were they paid? They don't know. You are talking about IPOB leadership, something that was done on behalf of IPOB. They are not in the know to that. What does it tell you? What does it tell you? All these things are callous steps. Callous steps. Please, let me call Omote. I will call you back. Omote called me earlier. Let me call Omote. Please, who's ever calling now, I'm going to call you. I'm following this Nusoro. I'm going as per calls, yeah? Let me call Omote Biafra. She called me earlier, and after her, I will bring you in. The other person calling me, I'm going to bring you in. So let me go by turn. A kind of. Let's see if Omote is busy. Then I can call another person. Hello, Omote Biafra, my senior colleague, my very good friend. Welcome to the program. No, welcome to the program. You know I'm live. I'm live. Okay. Okay.
I'm watching you. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, welcome to the program.
I'm from somewhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I since I just get emotional. Like, I am so emotional since morning. Especially when I see the update of Aloy Jimako.
Okay.
I get emotional because of say the message per se, but how our leader can't allow himself to come reach this level. And I'm very sorry to say, should things continue like this, Mazi Kanu might not be a free man as in for life again. Should he continue the way he did like this? Not because of say I dey talk Kanu, but it might be like that. May not be say go come day for that. People like the Excelency said, they feel even last for prison person. You know, when I mean they're there for prison, no, but they're there, nothing happened to them because of the things when we say, oh yeah, do double involve yourself. Not be only waiting there for social media. If at all, say Nnamdi Kanu they depressed or sad or they mentally drained, you know. Not only social media. I go talk and say, now the sin of the past, the things we don't do, now they call it stare up for his face today. He wish, you know, the secretary talker, we say, Mazi Kanu is regretting. Say he's already regretting. He say he knows he has made mistake. For that audio when I play, share you hear and when they talk and say he made mistake and he knows he has made mistake. So one thing is to make mistake, another thing is for you to realize it, feel remorse about it, and also want to try to make a change. When it's whereby you make mistake, you don't want to accept you make mistake, you don't even feel remorse about it, you still do undo. You know, they think of my mind say there's any possibility say the anger of Mazi Kanu for IPOB leadership might even increase since Amonepa was sentenced because he knew that IPOB played a very
vital role.
Amonepa sentence. As you make this broker, there are some areas, very vital areas that we say when we say you touched. When we say all of them play before our eyes during those Samonepa time. Samonepa give himself different names, just like the way they started to give Imam Powerful. And when he was doing these things, and we call they defend our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now the boy can't see us. He said, what kind of, he see us as a bunch, I don't want to use wrong name for us, but there is a category actually where they place us. So that is why I call comments, I call use the slogan of what you don't know is actually bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. Because you're going to see us like, Momo, what are these people? So is this what you people have been doing in IPOB since all these years? So they follow this person sheepishly. He give himself spokesperson. He give the person the I'll be collecting message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directly to deliver to the Biafra people. Prime Minister, the special one. You know, from one day to another, and then we don't be surprised. Samonepa is a smart criminal, yes, but there are some things where you're going to talk. Today, if you walk on, use the word. If you can't remember, you're going to hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu voice for those words. You know, my mind lying. Some of the things when they talk, some of the names where they give itself, like I'm the special one, and the you're going to see, it could be say now you do they give this guy all those expo when they do all those things. So it is what it is. Now, you know, man, see how the medical Oyedumas in the Kanu reach this lawyer and his siblings. Do you know that at the early stage when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to Sokoto, do you know that the enemy were bringing numerous horror picture of Oyedu? How he was sitting in the AI generated pictures.
Yes, I saw them.
While they were doing all that, IPOB family members all over the world, we were busy generating AI picture of Oyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a positive way. Now, to even make the thing worse, will make me day for pain, and I then kind of emotionally break down. Go be say to allow the go bring AI generated picture of Oyedu. Then go use to take the seek sympathy. Go they use the seek sympathy. They call on Igbo.
Imagine.
So come the talk AI generated picture where Oyedu is sitting inside the prison. So is that supposed to be the job of a supposed lawyer? Or you are supposed to be doing your job legally? Because that is the reason they were, as a supposed lawyer, that is the purpose you were hired to work to play your duty in the legal way. Aloy Dimako, all these people that are yapping on social media who call themselves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu representative as a lawyer, they are not supposed to have anything to do with us. If at all, they even have anything to say in the public, maybe that once in a while, and he has to strictly based on legal issue, legal topic. But what are these guys doing? Being on social media, they want to create on them. They want to even be active, even pass those people when they fight for freedom. Maybe the freedom fighter themselves. Bringing all manner of negativity in that place. When are they going to update us about the case of Oyedu, or they have agreed and accept that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to live the rest of his life in Sokoto prison as they have sentenced? Because that is what is that. So that is why I said that should things continue like this, there's a possibility Oyedu will live in that cell forever. And I pray make it not go die early. Because you don't pay the complaint, different issues. Then, another point, again, they say, Oyedu, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he get this attitude of attention seeking. You know, say, me, I look person very well. I will come master their tactics, whether not for good or not for bad.
I've noticed that he's someone that he wants to always be at the center of everything, you know, and that has led to every backward record that we have gotten in this Biafra struggle, including losing the life of our people in a manner that we are not supposed to lose their life. You know, there was a time he was raising alarm, my ear won't burst, my throat don't leak, my hand twist go here, my leg this one. Then those things, maybe the doctor, the Nigerian government, they've also mastered his pattern of all those things. That is where those things were also not actually granted to him. Maybe access to his private lawyer, a private doctor, take him to Abuja, this one, all those things. They might also find out that, say, okay, this man, then when he come bring all those things, the ones who go fall into emotion, when they'll come they cry, they say, oh, you do hand, don't they leak, oh you do hand, don't they leak, oh. Then for that full week, no matter they will come talk. It's a tactics. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know, say Mazi Patrick talk one thing yesterday. He say him papa he say he would like to be chairman. He said this meeting will not be chairman, he not go agree join. So he tried to make reference for something because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get that what do they call him? That spirit, that attitude of say as in about him. No, people will get this the spirit of about me, make the thing not come over. That is why they say whenever the Biafran struggle, just like during this genocide that was going on in Sokoto, in the Zoological Republic, like now they talk, President Trump they talk, all those things. So it could be like say the attention of everybody now, including the zoo, everybody is there for about those genocide that was going on. This man must find, this our leader must find one way or the other to make sure say he bring one thing on. Either he send it through his siblings or he go send it through his lawyer. The whole thing again must boil back to talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that one. It is a tactics that he's using to, because we don't know that. Then let me tell Biafran these things. The truth is that Onyedu, to the eyes of people who know something, when I mean people who know something, people that have the ability to reason, people who know what freedom fighting is all about and how their leader, our leader, say they be. When they hear people like them, that man, the man in South Africa,
Nelson Mandela.
People like the Martin Luther King, and Junior. They not be the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tell do so. They physically get their own flaws, but it's not to this area, the area where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they go. So nobody they take record those victory or those legendary names when we say they can't get today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pattern and way they play is leader role in this freedom fighting. It's a very dirty one. It's nothing to be write home about. It's nothing to write home about. It's not something that I mean. I not say the sin of the past when they go the reason and how it go this on social media today. People who have once defended him. Some of you don't know that even during those times, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they as a free man. It gets some kind of thing when be saying go they hear, when be truth about them. Those things supposed to also to the depress and to say put up on the stage where it did today. But now our money now got to console itself. Our money and couple will say there were thousands of people who were defending him because we were all still blind. Those who wake up their eyes. The reason why this one like this, in who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be say a lot of people I call open. And even when a lot of people I never open, maybe not see few people. Because just like the people that have been bullied out by people like us, we chase them past house. By the time one allegation, they don't leave them against them. Those one go there for they like people wait there for wilderness. It's just like 1 month against 100 people. What do you want to talk? The person go die, go grave with a truth. The truth will not be heard. Maybe after how many years in bones don't even rot before the truth go they come outside. Now be some of these people will be say we bullied out of IPOB just for minor as in unverified truth. Will be say sometimes Mazi Kanu go pronounce on radio Biafra. You understand? Because of the work we have for him, go. Some of the things sometimes the Nigerian government go even talk sometimes to say, you know, the Kanu this one, that one, that one. We'll carry it. You are lying. You are blackmailing him. You are lying against him. Zoo Gota media. But it's true. They were all true. Most of them were true. You see, because they are following our leader, but we were not following him. They know it because you know, man. Person will plant something. Not be go to check out every day, make you see whether the tree they grow well. So Mazi Kanu, it they like their what do they call it? The apple where they for their eye, where they watch. You understand? So they monitor every of his move. They know most of the things he's doing that we don't know. So by the time they'll come blow and come outside, if not sometimes will come make brokers. Because they say certain things about me, just like the time the rumor came out, the news came out that or should I say rumor came out that he owned a house somewhere. And he came outside in the name of debunking. I don't own anything to my name. I don't own this one. The suit I'm wearing, Biafran dash it to me. The pair of shoes I wear, they dash it to me. I don't need anything in my life. I just want to restore Biafra. I was born not to own the property in my name. Even that Afaruku, in the king seat in Afaruku, I'm going to break it. I'll use it to cook food. So many things. But our men, we don't know, say, now, as if this say, if they talk all those things, I don't even want to be president. When Biafran restore, I will just go and rest. I don't even want to be president. But me, while he was saying all those things, you know, do you know that we were having only just one woman as accountant in the IPOB, a movement that is registered in over 100 countries in the world. We only have one single lady as an accountant, and this single lady is only accountable to Mazi Kanu and his siblings. How president can they pass like that? No, how president can they pass like that? How prime minister can they pass like that?
No, he doesn't want to be the president when Biafra comes, but he's in a correlational center, and yet he doesn't want to leave power. He still wants to control IPOB from there. So you see, some of the things he says is not. The application is different.
No, we were not reasoning until now. So what I'm trying to say, let me just stand it off so that other people can come. So if Nnamdi Kanu, according to our law, is peaceless, is depressed, according to them, it's not by coming on social media to come and tell us. I will say it how. We are not the cause of his depression. We are not the cause of his peacelessness. What he has done in the past and continue to do, that is what has made him peaceless. And if there's still room for mercy. I don't know. There's still, because sometimes I want to wish I am dreaming. Because I am so pained. You know, I'm pained. I am pained. It's very shameful to me. Do you know my family back home, how everybody is praying? They will even be giving me updates. They do not leave that. They never say leave and wow. They leave that. How they want 10 years and I want to call the apple be this one. I cannot even say this thing to my family.
I know.
It's very shameful. Very shameful. See, all you do, they see opportunity for you. You know how to question this thing. Why you are saying you are the place, you are this way. Okay, think about the sanity of Mazi and Wuru since 2021. All the members of the Directorate of State, think about their sanity. Are they not human beings? Are they not? If you are depressed for just 3 months now, or 2 months that we have started to ask questions, it's not up to 2 months in our mind. It's not up to 2 months. It's not up to 2 months. You are depressed, you are peaceless, you are this. What about those who were even accused of kidnapping you, accused of selling you, accused of not doing anything? How do they go to sleep at night? You know, see, our leaders know how to give himself peace. They know because of his peacelessness. If he's not wearing for back, may go there, go carry his clothes. In siblings, he should pour them to order. All these charlatans, why is looking for peace? That one when they say Master Prophet, in another place they talk rubbish. You know when they say the poor of the old world is there. Electricity is there. Okay, these people, they have monopoly or they have the right to bully people. Because those people don't be bread that they use, don't be blood that they use, don't be water that they drink. They are not human beings. So they can be bullied. So because you are only because of you are our leader. So we should and we know that you are their enabler. The evidence has played out. Now it has been confirmed that you are the David, you are the almost all those people. You are the one using those accounts. You are the one, all you do is the one using those accounts. We have been saying this, so Biafra will say, how can you say that? It does not have this, does not have that. All you do is the one. So if you know where go tap for enter for coconut, why you go tell Silla? We are not the cause of your peacelessness. We are not the cause of your depression or whatever you face in that place. Put yourself together and see there's still time for mercy for you. Continue like this. You might not see the son again. Not because of the I don't wish you like that. They pay me, but I don't wish you like that. But if you continue like this, if you don't see son again, I'm telling you, they want number.
Yeah, thank you for tell her Biafra. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so you're talking about mental problem. If there are people that will have mental problem, it should be the DOS. For the past 4 years, the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to trouble this leadership. Where is all this coming from? Did people just wake overnight to start to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the siblings? No. This guy has been tormenting people. Kanu has been tormenting DOS in the last 4 years. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never said anything, and he's aware of all these things. DOS, you are called all manner of names. They now, how was the DOS DSS? Because what they are now saying that the DOS has sold struggle to the DSS. Tell me, most of these DSS are in different countries and abroad. What contacts do they have with the DSS? If there are anybody or any people to suffer mentally, it should be this man. All these men are here, and pilot immediately the abduction of Nnamdi. Some members of the DOS with the kind of allegation leveled on them, they would have lost their lives. Up till today, the allegation on them has not stopped. All these criminals are set up everywhere, speaking. Do you know who is gingering them? There has been coordinated attack against DOS leadership. They have endured all these things, and somebody is somewhere talking about mental problem, talking about mental torture. Let me pick this call. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
My sister, yes. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good
I say
evening.
good afternoon for my study. Yeah, thank you very much for your program. The way that you are cooling down to writing our people. You see, this thing is not, you people should stop this emotionally blackmail. These people, this is this is damage control they are doing. This is damage control. We know this thing. This is the way the fraudsters operate. This is the way the fraudsters operate. They will take your money, take everything, start to blackmailing you. You know the problem? Why this happen? They want to channel the people. They will stay in the prison. People will still contributing the money again through Nemeyanya. You check it. Which they will work with their DOS will go and thief or go and work and working for Biafrans for nothing. While you and your family are living a living life with the people's money. Okay, these things I know is saying is bullshit. These things are damage control. So don't allow people to put you people into emotional. They know what they are doing. He was the one that became Nnamdi Kanu. He was the one that working with the Samuel Abba, even though you know when he was DSS. Who was fighting for against who was outside fighting for Nishi to defend him for Simon Abba. Why Nishi was there working behind the secret? This is the way they operate. He was working secret. Simon Abba was doing respond every day. Nishi was collecting the money. You think the government is stupid? Do you know what is government? Do you know what makes government? Government are very intelligent. DSS, we are talking. Nigeria have intelligent officers working. Have Interpol. Do you think they are full? There was monitoring on this. They know what Onisi is doing. Even like Mohammed, the former minister for Buhari, he talk everything. He said there was monitoring. If you watch the interview, he said there was monitoring this man. How he's living large with the people's money. Even some people in the government, they pay him money. The Ipob, the governor, the politicians, they was paying money to Nnamdi Kanu. They was paying money to him to start. They are paying this money secret. Then Nnamdi Kanu don't go our name. But that this thing happened to utilize Biafra. So these people was paying money. But Nnamdi Kanu was living big. Nnamdi Kanu in family, the father don't have money. They don't have money. The family is richer family, they don't have nothing. It's not like Ojukwu, our former president. He was not like Ojukwu. The family they have nothing. He was living with the Biafra's money, with the government money. That's why when you talk to the officials or people in the government, when we are doing this Biafra, they will come and say, are we fool? This is the people telling us. The people in the government. They will tell you this man used to send him border come and collect money. This man is living fine with our money. Say nothing. That's why this man don't have any blueprints he put on ground. Government is continuing. As when she catch trap, the people have to go to far. You see the people that only have diplomatic contact, but no one is in record to tell you anything is not related. It's only talking. Everybody can talk. It's only go to radio talking. It's just deceiving people. He will talk another thing, do another thing behind. How can a freedom fighter looking for women? Have you seen it? No freedom fighter in the world that they care for women. Because every freedom fighter is just like a dead person. They don't look after women, but only she was certain, looking for women for Ethiopia, from Ethiopia to Kenya, living big life in Kenya, in everywhere. Kalunda, why Kalunda is fighting? Because money is not coming. These people don't know how to spend the money. The money they was living large with that money. Now there is no money in their hand. They are fighting as Ipob is their family company. They want where they will channel the money. Biafrans don't open eye, tell them, let them go arrest. This is the blackmail, it's emotional blackmail. If Onishi need peace, he will tell him brothers, submit. This is not your family business. He will tell the Darlington don't have work. Darlington have benefit much in Biafra's struggle. This is the people that is under payroll. So nobody that is contributing in money that he will be emotionally in this struggle. It's the people that don't contribute money. It's only the people that is emotionally. People that spend their high-cost money, they cannot be emotionally for this thing. We are talking about money. Some people are suffering. Some people have died. Some people in the prison. Is it only Onishi in the prison? Some people, those people are not human beings. What the people that die, they are not human beings. I know because I know about 2 people died for this struggle. These people relate to me. They are not human beings. This is what we will tell them. If the person will come back to life again, he will tell them, let Onishi be careful. This thing will cause a lot of problems. He will be war in African book without a family. This is a family business. Let him confess. Let him write a letter of apology to Biafra. This thing that Imako is doing is not that. He's telling him he was this one. Who give him gadget to see what is happening outside? Ejofon know what he's doing. They want to kill Onishi, that's what they did. Let the secret in all because these people have skeleton in their government. They go to skeleton. Kalunta, not Kalunta. We Biafrans will come to Germany for Kalunta. That money, they must give us account of that money. Nobody will leave that money. So do you know this? You people should keep on working. There is no problem. Ipob is not belong to Nnamdi Kanu. It's not belong for a family. This is organization. Who made him Nnamdi Kanu? Who is IPOB? Is we the people. So we are the people. We still revoke our power from him. He will come down like the way that he used to be. Nothing. This is how the life will be. So when the people give you the power, if you don't know how to handle the power, the people will take their power from you. This is how the government. This is how power works. So everything that he faces today is no mercy. Before I was speaking for him, but when I see everything, see the waiting, you see in the prison, you don't want to handle power to people that have time. Because of power. You don't want to submit. When you catch a leader, when Mandela was in prison, the Mandela fight outside. Mandela was, there is no communication. It's only sometimes he would write letter, smuggle the letter, give the people. But the people was walking outside. But himself now, he want to control people in the DSS. He never get brain. He never still regrets what happened. You don't know that he is the one put himself in prison. The DSS they was looking for him, finding in every country. They was following him back to back. Even in DSS journal, he was there communicating, telling someone about what he would do. When the money will come, Ejimako is only for money, nothing more. Those people are content creators, lawyers. When they try and say, you see the way they deny him, they tell the court, they are not the representative, they are come here as a council. So these people are betrayers. So if the Biafrans looking for a listing what he read, this is damage, this is the damage control. So we pass that level. So nothing like emotional again. The people have died. Many people that only surpass them. How many heads do you have? Is it not one head? Because we are the one that lift you up. We are the one that will brought you down too. So if you cannot count yourself inside here and confess, tell the Biafra what you have committed, and beg us, tell your brothers to step down for the organization. Thank you very much for your good program. God bless you.
Thank you. So people are expressing their anger. People are expressing their anger when a leader, a stubborn leader, refuses to listen to the people. A stubborn leader refuses to listen. Because if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has listening ears, and you see your children kicking against you, saying all sorts, if you still have conscience, you should withdraw. That is the problem. If somebody like me will continue to talk about this issue, just know I saw something. This man has refused to respect himself. I'm not a wicked type. I don't drag anybody. I don't punish anybody. They know me. At work, I'm in a supervisory role. The people that work under me, they know more of them that boss attitude. No. People feel free around me. I'm not wicked to people. But I'm still talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to kick against IPOB. You cannot offend IPOB and keep on kicking them. That's why we are not keeping quiet. Or one equal change that mental pain, it will be inflicted more through exposition. Exposition. By the time we will start to table the way only will go IPOB, even Igbo society, Aloye Ejimako is beckoning to look at IPOB. By the time in the Igbo Nwalo, who the man, the activities of the person they thought is bringing Biafra for them. By the time Hanwala things about that man, Kaya Simona ka Biafra wad. So una akpanikwana waga akano, una akpakwana waga akanod. When you respect yourself, menatakeni he, withdraw natakene, manage your yaj. And that is why we keep on kicking. Exposing, because what we are doing is exposition. Anya na-agbakwa saga. Anya da-agbakwa saga. Ọ gị nwa na-agba saga. Ọ nụnwawo saga ihe na ụmụ plant gacha na-akọ inyo. What you guys are saying are not true. The guys you are engineering. Imagine calling non-IPOB members, sensitizing them on attack against the people you call your leadership. And they keep on going harder. For more than 2 years now, Olusegun Jedoana Darlington has continued to attack DUS. Will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he doesn't know about it? He knows. Some of the information we knew where he's coming from. We knew. I have said this before. The very DOS member that went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto, the whole discussion he had with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, same day leaked out on the social media from the mouth of that criminal. Because Mwanyama Kaana hand over information. Some of the things you saw him talking about different people, these are the information be pushing them, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been like a trusted figure. The leadership trusted. Some of them has told things about their lives to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is handing over to these saga masters and mistresses he placed here and there. He's handing them over to talk about these people. To talk about them. There is another call that we are coming. Let me call this person now, so that it doesn't look like I'm segregating calls. I'm not. Let me call this. Okay, let me call this comrade from US, I think. Hello, good evening. You called me before.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my sister, and God bless you. My name is Jimo. I've been calling from United States.
Okay, welcome.
My contribution is this. This trajectory of betraying, bringing our people out, and all of a sudden putting everybody in disarray has been consistent with the name Biafra. And like our sister Omote, I'm a fan of Omote. Omote, she's a very strong lady. There was a time she mentioned something that Aloy in the court, that if Aloy wants to speak with Onyendo, that he has a ring. Meaning that Aloy also not only using ordinary words, he also go as far as diabolical. And with what is happening now, it has made me to think also that the Fulanese, they also use diabolical means. And it has become personally a thing of concern. What's going on, right? In the first instance, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his brothers, his families should not be in the same. They should not be. Yes, he's your brother. His IPOB leaders and IPOB members should be the ones giving them information. So I don't know. We Igbos all the time, there's something. Why many people, because I listen to IPOB members a lot, why many people did not join IPOB? People consistently ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I hope this is not a family business. I hope this is not a family business. And he consistently clarified that this is not a family something. It is for Biafrans. right? And all of a sudden, it has turned to be a family business. You know, my own is this. Personally. Since this thing is like this, why, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense for me anymore why we should keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I wouldn't know why Ejimako, when Ejimako was detected immediately what he was, or what he's about to do, I didn't know why they didn't match him badly. Even with Kanu. Yeah. I didn't know why they should not even do something that will, like, sew them off the ground. Yeah, that will have ended. Another person will come again and do the same thing. Now, I call from time to time, and I say to myself also, the DOX entirely also should take some blames. Yeah. Mazi Nzurumike is there. Mazi Chinasamuru. Mazi Aizayoba. Mazi Chika Edosim. Abanyem. A whole lot of them. And these guys keep meddling with the money. So, had it been that this thing did not happen, they will not say anything. So, if this should happen now, how sure are we that we are secured? How sure are we? How sure are we that some of them will not also rise up tomorrow against IPOB? How sure? How sure are we that the money also will not be tampered with? So I think there should be also more transparency to what is going on. At least if it is not in a whole, the strategy what they are doing to stop things like this happening again. This thing that is happening is not only that it happens, it happened and it takes our people's life. It takes our people's life. Another person again will come and did his and go scot-free. And nothing happens. This is a struggle. I'm putting it as a challenge to the DOX and all the Biafrans who are concerned. It is time for us to grow up and be man enough. Very simple. Very simple. Yano na agbo ono ekurulebe. I think it's enough. Yaruma umunne mgbe they discharged and acquitted. And they were like, we want to go back to the court. To stop it. If you watch the day they sentenced Mazi Kanu to life imprisonment, Aloy Ejimako and Maswell, they were given press and they were smiling because the job has completed. Right? Case we need to by now, I didn't call wood about referendum. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch Madam Nneka, the day she was interviewed, Mazi Ejiofor said, at least Mazi Kanu as of 2024 should have been a free man today. Yeah. And all over the world, also came like Ifeanyi Ejiofor, everything he was doing then, he must always present IPOB and the release of Nnamdi Kanu. My point is this. Mazi Samoro, these are awesome men. I love them so much. I like them. They are great. But they need to do more. Like what they're buying them now. They want to give me to beef off the land mad. We can't keep complaining like this. We cannot. Obey ka ho maka na eme. I remember you just one person at the T side. What type of insult is that? This is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time. During the time of Ojugu, there's something. Uwazurike, there's something. It has happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. That means it will happen to even girls members. Right? So, it is a time for us to go into introspection, like our security or whatever. Onye menye ninde nwechere ezinụlọ amara ha ga-eme either by warning or by ishiwe mmadụ ọrụ enwere ike ama mere onye ha iti onye ha na eme ha gị mere wụ na onye ha mmedu mmere that is o medu mmere silekwe ihe dota ihe mere ịlọsọ na-eme. Because let me tell you something. Otu ekperi ma adị otu m dị nga na atụrụ jụrụ m ya si ihe ọ ga-eme ugbono ne ka ha wee mata ihe. It was where Balakoda said just once. You see, onye ọwụla pụtụrụ anyị like otu Metusela ọnụkpọ ya again, all of them dey with ihe ekperi ma mere. Onye ọwụla pụtụrụ anyị mee any comment. Don't take the person for granted anymore. Don't take the person for granted. Something must be done. Something must be done. And do what let me give you an example. There was a time, there was a kind of brutality, and a little bit, Nnamdi politicians. EJP, that was 2018 or 2019. I want to know, the politicians have been a little brutal. Down everywhere was calm. In a meeting where they respect themselves. Yeah, in the binary at all. As soon as you woman, but every single with that notion, I heard you know, more we are in America all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes stinky. So, and then when they decide, Mazi Chinas and Moruche, Hanejam like it very well. With the popularity and the intensity of lectures gathered so far, this is the right time to capture our place politically. Very simple, directly or indirectly. Yeah, whereby, let us do it. Yeah, whereby, the police and the Adelabia. I will see this is that the whole of Southeast, we will learn about all the governors. And what for that? A man of time say me, only appointed directly or indirectly at the whole of 5 Eastern Nigeria. It will happen. The senators, the center. So for me, we need to also, in as much as this guy, even though women console here in India, and I really love what IPOB is doing. I don't have any remorse because Nnamdi over and over and over and over and over again to the detriment of the organization. What IPOB is doing now is they try to rescue IPOB from the clutches of these guys, and there's no other way to do it than what they are doing right now. So, Kanu, they have shown themselves. They have shown themselves that they are criminals.
Round up, yeah, please.
Yeah. The only person now, personally, I regard as a person, as a human being, for Munye Nnamdi Kanu. That lady, she is great. A great and wonderful lady. Right? So I want to appreciate you, Nempo.
Yeah. Thank you for your contribution.
And bless BOS. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. This is our comrade. Okay, let me cut you down. This is our comrade. There's something he mentioned which I I totally agree with him. A lot has happened to people. People's trust has been betrayed. People's resources and sweat has been betrayed. These are human beings with senses, with reasonings. DOS has some work to do. People need reassurance. When trust is tampered, assurances, honest assurances are needed. You guys need to reassure people that whatever commitment anybody is making towards the struggle in terms of their resources and sweat, that it will be protected. It will be managed well. These are people's sweat. It needs to be protected. And I've said it before. In UK, one-time Labour government lost election that kept them out of office for couple number of years as a result of mismanagement of resources of taxpayers. The same thing has happened in IPOB. Number of occasions, Otundala Zurugolego IPOB Jawalo. Madam Oyibo carried the one she did. Nenayanya, siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot. DOS leadership, you guys need to reassure members, contributors. Yes, we know you guys are also affected, but as leaders, you know, like different responsibility. You guys have good media. In the media, Ipob, but there are things media cannot do. This ball on this very issue, this our comrade race, is on your court. I would like you guys, any person that will come out to speak to Biafrans, address this issue of embezzlement, address and reassure people, and tighten up in terms of management of people's money. That reassurance needs to be back on the contributors. Some of the contributors might have lost faith in continuous support. That is why you guys need to step up in this area through your reassurances on the people. Tell us what you have done in regards to this and what you intend to do more. And I might be bringing this broadcast to an end, unless if any other person has anything to contribute. I think I haven't missed. I have called back. I've returned back the calls. And from here, let me read some of what Tony Odoeze said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be allowed our love to turn to hate, which is true. Chimwanyu Okonkwo says, they say there's no peace for the wicked. If there's restless and without peace, he should teach. He should search himself, which is true. I can see Ebose. Clement says, why we were all languishing in fear of the unknown. One, the thing has run away. Hey, I can't even see it again. I wanted to read that. The thing has run away. Okay, Ome Penny says, I never see anywhere in the world where someone would choose his enemies to laying foundation or build house for himself. Very sad, sister. Comrade Ugwechezana, even the way they kidnapped him like goat from Kenya, and through him to Nigeria is more shameful. That is the thing. You know, when you dislodge your trust, the people you're supposed to trust, you distrusted them. And the people you should distance yourself from, US, the people you should distance yourself to, they are the ones you embraced. And we are parading. They know your movements, they monitor your movements, and they are passing information about you. We are passing information. It's very, very unfortunate. He was the one behind Simon Ekpa, the unseen hand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to destroy IPOB, but IPOB, nobody can manipulate people like me with emotion. Okay, my skin is so thick for such nonsense. Yeah. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of IPOB. If I should advise him, he'll withdraw from some of Odona Choko or Okebield. He wants to break. And that thing actually break, he cannot be able. The cord he wants to break, he can't. Because this very cord, a cord many lives has gone in for. And people that understand this have vowed that they will not live and see this cord got broken. When you watch, majority are standing with the DOS. Why? Because we want to hold on. We want to protect this very ark. We don't want to sink the ark because a lot has gone underground. The foundation of the structure has taken a lot. We cannot disrespect people that pay the utmost price. That is why, even at the time anyone is emotional or angry, at the end you still see yourself coming back to continue, to hold on. Because we are on a journey of no return. We are not going to let the house get dismantled. We are not going to let the very leadership holding it strong to be shattered, to be broken. We will keep on to stand by the structure, by the movement, and our destination remains restoration of Biafra. And from here I say good evening all for listening, and God bless you.